This year, Christmas is gonna be fucking rotten.
That's right. Rotten gifts, rotten food, rotten family, rotten life.
The inverse of the family food too.
Well, we wish you all a very funkin' Christmas, and what a coincidence that is to show that we are doing IWA-MS in the 2004. Out of all of the IWA-MS Christmas shows, including in 04, because like this isn't even the last IWA-MS show of 2004, what made you choose this one?
Terry Funk.
It's a great
Simple
point.
Enough said.
Yup, the Funker. He is here. And,
you think you got a handle on, what IWA Mid-South was, and then just, happened to see that Dusty Rhodes had a tag match, Terry Funk had a tag match. That does not track with my perception of what this is.
Oh, yeah.
But it happened.
Yeah, it's quite fortuitous because we saw the Dusty show on one of our server watch-alongs on the Discord, and that also in the Highland Lincoln Center as this is as well. So we've got to see two big fantasies for Ian Rotten to live out, tagging with his idols, and both of them old and or fat in their way, and it's beautiful. And yeah, we also looked at 3 previous shows, and it turns out that this comprised a span of maybe 3 days, 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
which is crazy.
How does Ian have the energy to do it, man?
Yeah, because
I feel exhausted. I just watched them all.
So
I didn't have to put them on. Phone up the venue. Pay the wrestlers. Well, not pay the wrestlers.
Let's not go that far. But yeah, strictly from the perspective of all you have to think about is going to the show and doing the show. They hit 3 different towns in the state of Indiana, and then before they hit Highlands for this show, they then go to Illinois, a whole different state. How do you Americans do it? What with their travel? I don't know, but these obviously, so we've ran through a span of IWA in the past, obviously, just show after show after show as far as we could get it. But this felt a bit unique in terms of seeing like literally every single step along the way. And even though these shows are all like fucking like at least 2 hours, it felt like strangely episodic. Did you feel that as well? It's just like a progression happening between all these.
Yeah, definitely with the no name shows. It's interesting. Like when we were doing the stuff for the old podcast, like since then, you found a whole bunch more IWA-MS, right?
Yes,
because we didn't cover any like no name shows.
that's right.
But now there's a bunch of those available. Probably like 3 people bought them on Smart Mark.
Yeah, yeah. And then one of them liberated them, and that's the end of that. Um, but yeah, it's interesting because like so some of these, especially the no name shows, like you come to recognize like the Smart Mark video standard, right? Of like these like fairly alright standard definition videos, but with the text interstitials and whatnot. And then there's the prior thing of like the VHS, the grainy sort of thing. And it turns out that IWA-MS like isn't high rent enough to warrant the former all the time. So you get these shows which look like they're from 1997 because they're just shot on this VHS type of thing. Thankfully, though, the audio is standard definition because I was quite scared about like how like hearing Dave Prazak on the mic going like, but then he puts on the commentary. It's like, "Hello, I'm Dave Prazak." So that's good. But yeah, like it's like seeing like these shows like back to back to back. One of the things that I noticed like immediately, as much as there is like this feeling of progressing the storylines and building up the big match, especially the 6-man with Terry Funk in it. Man, the heel face thing is like not figured out with a lot of these guys. I feel like they'll just like fucking Ryan Boz starts out as a heel and then he's kind of a baby face and he's a heel on the next show and then now he's a baby face on this show. It's like
yeah,
I don't know, and that's a thing for a lot of guys. It feels like it's like
they're going kind of XPW mode with that shit.
Yeah, and like it'd be one thing if there was like if it was just like a thing of like, oh, it's just a promotion of characters. You like who you like, but there's guys doing heel stuff that we were told to support before, so that's fucked up. And the main storyline in IWA at this point appears to be that Jim Fannin gave Ian Rotten money. Ian Rotten has not paid back Jim Fannin, so now Jim Fannin will take IWA as collateral. And
you should just get a shared account. Seeing as they are the married base.
Yeah, like it's kind of an odd thing because Jim Fannin's on commentary a lot. He gets to talk a lot about like Ian better have my money, and then it turns out Ian doesn't have his money. and we'll get to how that all resolves, but I don't know. It feels like one of those things where like I guess it's a no-brainer to use that as a storyline, but like also, why would you? Because Ian Russell actually isn't financially stable, so we meant to cheer for him, but be like, oh yeah, you're great, you're terrible with money.
Yeah. Penniless Ian. He sold his shirt that says basketball on it. He sold that red tie that he has in the one Google image.
Yeah, and all you can wear is a shirt that says "Sports Entertainment Sucks." And
if he just changed it to Rocks, he'd get like £10,000 right now.
And so the the other big thing that from going through all these shows to like upload them or whatever, like I saw this name a lot, but was never exactly sure of how it goes. NWA Midwest, they seem to be in bed with IWA, where
Yes.
a lot of these shows feel like they're NWA Midwest with IWA Mid South.
I don't know if it's the same as NWA No Limits, but that's also a thing.
Yeah,
And NWA Wildside is in the mix too, so it's just a little bit more confusing.
yeah. So like NWA Midwest appears to be the promotion under which the auspices of which this is being done under. NWA Wildside is an invading faction that they get invited and they cause ruckus. NWA No Limits, I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know how that's a distinct body from NWA Midwest. They've got their own X Division title, I know that. Otherwise, I don't know. I need Ed Truman to tell me these things. But yeah, there's more rules now basically, and there appears to be some resentment about this.
Right, yeah.
Because
I was just writing about like how we do get Corp wrestling on two of the shows, but he's just wrestling. There's no hardcore shit.
Yeah.
I don't see Necro, I don't see Pondo, I don't see any of these deathmatch guys really. And maybe that's part of it. The old NWA guys. It's like, yeah, we can get you Terry Funk, but get that crap off your show.
Yeah. Like it's very odd. Let me look up Richard here real quick. Yeah, damn, he only comes in for like 3 shows in 2004, and so
wow.
I tried to look into this. Like that, the problem is that like NWA Midwest is an entity. You go there on Wikipedia, it redirects you to the NWA article, which then says nothing about NWA Midwest. And there is an article for an NWA Midwest, but it's actually Ethan Carter III's NWA Midwest that he made recently. So, literally the only thing I could find off of a tentative Google search was someone reviewing on 411 Mania the war games that happens between IWA and NWA that said like, oh, Ed Truman in storyline gave Ian money to run shows, and we see him give that money on this show. But like again, surely there must be some real thing happening there, because I can't imagine like IWA would just kind of like drop a lot of their deathmatch stuff for like a year just to do a storyline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those 3 Necro matches, they're not all King of the Death matches, are they?
No, because Necro drops out in the first round to Toby Klein.
Wow.
There's April Blood Showers, him and JC Bailey, Merc, Corporal Robson, and Wife Beater. Wow, I didn't know Wife Beater was in IWA-MS.
Nice.
And then in January, he gets beaten by Madman Pondo in a 3-way thumbtack death match, with Corp being the other guy. So yeah, and speaking of Corp, like as you say, like he just wrestles, or at the very least, like at the very most does like hardcore wrestle, what with the chair and all that, and he's also not allowed to swear. He says so himself. I'm not allowed to swear. It's an armory. Anyways, that Gurren, you are a fucking asshole. So yeah, an interesting situation, like IWA under NWA occupation seemingly, but there's still all your pals, still all the stars there, and these shows here beforehand, got one in Bloomington, one in Vincennes, and then an NWA No Limits co-promoted show in the Illinois Masonic Temple. What do you think of these shows generally? Before we get into them a bit more blow by blow.
The first one was, I mean, it was easy enough to watch, but it was a bit, you could tell that you're watching something not super substantial. I was kind of expecting, obviously, the one that happens 2 days later to be a carbon copy, but it turns out there's a bit more memorability to that second one, which I appreciated. So the first one, on the 8th of December, according to Cage Match, there's 27 people in attendance. And I'd love to know where that figure comes from. It seems like an overestimation, honestly.
Yeah, because I was thinking to myself, like, I can't remember if maybe they mentioned it on commentary or whatever, but like, you can, on the hardcam side on this Bloomington show, you can see maybe like 3 people in the hardcam side, and like maybe a couple more. Yeah. So like, and I don't know if people were like, like fucking Zapruder filming the Bloomington IWA-MS show.
Yeah, did they count Dave Prazak as a fan?
Jim Fadden, 5 points.
Yeah, that ass counts as 10 people.
Exactly. And we get him and Dave Prazak here on commentary. They start off with a battle royal, which is it turns out a common occurrence in IWA at this point. So I have down here that and I was writing down what I heard, that this battle royal was that whoever won it, they would get to face IWA champion Jerry Lynn. But that's not right. Jerry Lynn is not the champion of IWA. Do you remember what it was for?
It said it was for... it was like they're doing a tournament for the NWA Indiana.
Yes, the Indiana title. And I definitely know that's what the second battle royal is for. That's the one we watched, if you remember, that tournament for that title.
Oh yeah,
yeah, on Discord. But like I'm sure I feel like this first battle royal, it had something to do with Jerry Lynn, but he never mentioned it again. But in any case, it's a funny ass battle royal. The second one's even funnier, which we'll get to, where like the elimination order decides match order for the whole show. So the first guy eliminated will face the second guy eliminated, and so on. And so like this literally feels more like any other wrestling I've ever seen. Like literally just like, get to the thing that we want, get to the end of this. This is the mean to get to the end. Do it. And there's literally like no passion to it at all. Because like literally it's like, okay, we want Ryan Boz to face Spider Nate Webb. So Ryan Boz, you go get eliminated, and then Nate Webb, you jump on him to get eliminated as well. Okay, we did it. Great job, everyone.
Yeah, I liked how everyone came out to Seven Nation Army. The Battle Royale music is also the same as like the Universal pre-footy match music. My favourite spot in this, there's a lot to choose from, but my favourite would have to be Ryan Boz hanging on for dear life. Can he skin the cat? No, he can't. He's Ryan Boz. He gets eliminated there.
Yeah.
And Brandon Thomaselli wins, A Boyhood Dream, etc., etc.
That's his second straight battle royal he's won. He's so good at this.
Wow, he's like the Big Show. Anyway, after the match, you hear Jim Fannin going...
Yeah, he needs a pop filter in that shit. Oh, his big ass. One thing I did like is before they get to the shows, Dave Prazak gets up and says that they're holding a raffle, and he says, "Oh, this raffle is for a ticket to our next Bloomington show. I hope we can get some more people in next time. Anyway, get a ticket for the raffle." So that was nice to see. Like,
it costs the same amount as the ticket for the show.
Oh man, I just love it. Like the whole vibe of, like, you know, an indie. It takes pride in these tiny shows, but they're still fucking pissed when they don't draw well. So then, you know, Nate Webb and Ryan Boss, they get to it. Nate Webb was so mad at Ryan Boss, he had to eliminate himself from the Battle Royal. He had to eliminate himself from contention for the NWA Indiana title and or Jerry Lynn unspecified match with him. But now he's a happy guy, so he does a big long entrance, and Ryan Boss don't like it, so he beat him up and then win. Good for Ryan Boss. And
Corporal Robinson does not come out to the drama song. No Kronk.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, honestly.
But we get to see referee Tommy Thompson. What a charming name that is. I'm sure he is a nice guy. Never mind, he apparently rapes cats, according to Jim Fannin, which he says in full hearing range of Tommy Thompson and also every single fan in the venue.
Yeah, including, like, I'm pretty sure there's a point where Jim Fannin is like, "Hey, don't swear. There's a kid over there." Oh, well, okay, don't accuse the ref of raping cats in front of the kid then, I guess. Yes, it's crazy. Like, you know, it must be some sort of, like, I mean, like, because, you know, obviously, like, it's said as, like, banter, but it's crazy just to have it in such earshot. Like, I remember the point where, like, Tommy Thompson just comes into the comments just like, "Hello." Just a completely normal face first. So that's quite something. What did you think of heel Zach Gowen?
That was pretty fun. Yeah, he has a funny match with Mickey Knuckles. He just, like, drops her on her head like 4 times, and I think she fails to kick out of, like, 2 pins.
Yeah,
and then he uses his own leg to beat wee Mickey Knuckles.
That's really
usually using your leg is legal, but since Zach is an amputee, it is bad.
Yeah, absolutely. It's reinforced plastic. Its concussive abilities are unparalleled, and he gets the W. And then Ian Rotten and Drake Younger are at it. Drake Younger, he used to be in IWA, but then he quit like a bitch. So Jim Fannin hates him, even though he is the heel here.
Just treats Drake Younger like the lowest piece of shit he's ever seen.
It's quite good. Around this time, Dave Prazak refers to Combat Zone Wrestling as dorks. They're going to run their big show, Cage of Dorks. What the fuck? And
that was a good one.
And then finally we get to the first place and second place encounter between Brandon Thomaselli and the man he last eliminated to get that second battle royal win, Brer Wellington. And they're having a match.
This fucking they do a shit standoff, and then this rightfully gets a 0 out of 27 hit rate from the crowd. And then Thomaselli's he demonstrates what clapping. Worth clapping, was it?
Yeah, fucking, like, I generally kind of, like, hate that, because, like, you know, like, it's not as if it's like a cut and dry thing, but, like, you know, when there's a desperation to, like, wrestlers prompting the crowds, like, they shouldn't have to do that, you know.
Yeah,
unfortunate. And thankfully, you know who agrees with me? Ryan Boss. He runs in and fucks it up. And then everyone else comes out who was on the cards, and
after that match, Ian's like, "Hey, people were enjoying that."
Yeah, Ian sees Ryan Boss spit on the floor, so he goes, "It's at your mother's house, no spitting on the floor." And then it's a big 8-man between the faces and the heels, and the faces, they are in trouble, but then Ryan Boss turns on his own team, so the faces win.
God damn it, Boz!
And then Ian cuts a pretty good respect promo where
for Jesus.
He says, he says, "Oh, thanks everyone for coming out tonight. Everybody's struggling, but WWF, that's a multi-million-dollar company, and we ain't." And then he goes over to a child and makes him high five him like 6 times. And then yes, he goes, "Merry Christmas," and I mean Merry Christmas, because Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Fuck Happy Holidays.
It's not fucking Happy Holidays, it's Merry Christmas. They're trying to steal Christmas.
I was in the shops and they said that a Christmas tree was a festive tree. The woke's gone mad. So yeah,
a classic show here.
Classic.
We are the 4th and 5th respective people to us.
And hopefully this inspires 1 million people to join us in watching it. As we then go on to 10th of December in Vincennes, Indiana. This opens up with another battle royal that decides the order of the card. And this time we have Mickey Knuckles and Jim Fannin on commentary. I think it's a good dynamic that Jim Fannin and Mickey Knuckles have here, because Jim Fannin is a loudmouthed heel, and Mickey Knuckles, upon hearing any of this, is going like, "Jump! Stop! Come on!" So
yes, he's also trying to cheat on his bae. He's making many sexual remarks to Mickey Knuckles.
Yeah, there's a
Jim, I'm gonna smack you in the mouth.
Yeah, she goes at a certain point like, "I'm trying to do 2 things at once here," and Jim goes, "You want to do 3? Jim!"
I'm foul. Yeah, I liked. So in the last battle royale, they play 7 Nation Army, and they just all come out. This time we have to wait like a minute and a half of the song for the people to come out for some reason, and we're just watching an old man eat crisps.
Yeah, it really allows one to people watch, to really take in the atmosphere, the light beige walls and whatnot. So last time Zach Guerin got eliminated. This time we realised that there is a loophole here that we forgot to think about when booking Zach Guerin for a battle royal, because Corporal Robinson, he clotheslined Zach over the top rope, and it should be over. Corporal Robinson should be en route to NWA Indiana title glory, but then Zach Guerin is like, "Aha, only 1 foot because I have only 1 foot," and then wins. Oh no! And then Corporal Robinson, he's very pissed about this, and he says to Zach Guerin, "Hey, fat ass, let's fight right now."
That's a great person to say that.
And Zach gets beat up by Corporal Robinson. The boot camp Corporal clutch slam is hit on him, and then he goes, "Fuck that! I'm going back to WWE." Ooh, we hate that place. Then we have Nate Webb here against Vito Thomaselli. it seems as if like Brandon came first. He established his name, and then his brothers came along, Vito and Sal, around this time. Uh, Vito is defeated by Nate Webb, and around this time, the CD player dies.
Oh my god.
And Nate Webb wants to do a dance off, but there is no CD player. And then Vito's like, fuck you. So it just falls apart. And this becomes important later on. Then Jim Fannin says, okay, it's time for intermission, ladies and gentlemen. You can go get some nachos. And then it cuts to after intermission. The CD player is broken. So Jim Fannin says, Drake Younger, come out. Envision your music playing and come out. And at this point, Mickey Knuckles goes, I think it's a test. I hope we're not failing it. Oh, going well.
Yeah, so the CD player breaking really seems to give like three guys in particular like a burst of energy. From this point on, they're just like, whoa, yeah!
Yeah, just like really going ham and like trying to save this show for Drake Younger versus Josh Abercrombie. I liked when, you know, like, so those fans are getting ready, and Mickey goes, we got some enthused fans in the audience, and Jim goes like, sure. And Josh beats Drake Younger with the Phoenix Splash because Drake Younger is a quitter piece of shit. And then we go into Ian Rotten versus Sal Thomaselli. At this point, Mickie says that she calls Ian father and daddy.
Before we get to this, did you catch that they were planning to go to Japan in October 2005?
Yes, and I remember looking that up, and no, that did not happen at all.
Yeah, that is a shame.
Yeah, they should have. EBH. Let's see here. Japan on cage match? No. So, anyway,
Ian versus... I wonder who they like. Because usually when an American indie comes over, GCW did it like 5 years ago. Essentially, it was a freedom show. Like,
there's someone they're doing in conjunction with.
Like someone's booked the venue and stuff. So.
Yeah, I have no clue. Because like,
what would even be around like Apache Pro? Is that a thing? Yeah.
I think Apache Pro should be around. Like, so the two places I know that Ian worked for were BG Dub and IWA Japan. And BG Dub, I remember the rumor was that like I think it was like Shoji Nakamaki was like harassing Ian Rotten, like you're like, oh Ian, I'm here for you. and so like my mind says like you probably wouldn't want to do business with BGW, and like maybe IWA Japan, I don't know, but like they don't give any details, and like given like how often they name drop like other promotions, like you'd think they would be detailed about that, right? But yeah, like it doesn't happen. And we get Ian versus Sal Thomaselli here, where Ian he's a very injured man. He's got a bad leg, he's got a bad shoulder, and it doesn't appear as if he's even got his burn recluse spider right yet. And so this match here I thought was very nice. Had great leg work, where Sal Thomaselli he will find Ian's bad leg in interesting ways. Like during a knuckle lock, he'll just like nip at it or like go for it, And while he's going over, Ian is very good at actively resisting it, like, just like punch him right in the jaw. And then Jim Fannin makes a claim that I wasn't too sure of. He's referring to the leg being worked over, and he says, "Oh, that leg being injured by Tajiri in Japan." And so I was like, "Oh, let me look this up now." 2004 now. Ian's one match on record with Tajiri was in IWA Japan in 1995.
Wow, that's a hell of an injury.
It went 8 minutes and 11 seconds. That's all the time it takes for your career to be changed forever. And then Jim, he is being a lecherous motherfucker because he is saying like, oh, maybe there was that one time that Mickey Knuckles, you got put up as an apuesta stake against Bull Payne. Perhaps we should put you up for the 6-man, and then I can fuck you. And it's quite something because, like, they're building up like this main storyline. They're trying to get this tension across, but like, I don't imagine their commentary. It cannot help itself. It's always going to be an irreverent barrel of laughs. So Mickey Knuckles' very freedom is being threatened here, and she's just like, "Stop, Jim. You crazy. You bullshit."
See, if Jim asked me that, I'd be like,
oh.
So yeah, what did you think of this match?
Ian match?
Yeah, Ian versus Sal.
Yeah. I liked it well enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fucking Sal goes for diving headbutts, but then taps to rotten stretch, and then greatest respect from whatever happens for Ian. He goes to Sal. He goes, "Sal, this is only your second match here, but you're welcome here anytime. You and your brother." And then I was initially watching this like on like my speakers, and so I'm watching Ian speak, and he's going like, "You see a lot of indie shows around here, advertise big stars. What do you really got the?" I'm sitting there like, "Come on, Ian, say something." And then I think to myself like, "What the fuck? This is so fucking awkward." And then I switched to my earphones, and then what do I hear? Very softly, Janet Jackson. I think the CD player issues somehow made it so like the sound cut out and was replaced by the radio.
That makes no sense. Yeah, one of the most inscrutable like tech issues I've ever encountered here.
Because it goes on for 5 minutes. That's how long the Ian promo is.
Yeah, the Janet Jackson's song ended and then it was 50 Cent.
Yeah, he's just like walking around, gesturing. The fans go, and then like that just goes on for like 5 minutes, as we say. And
like, all right, you're listening to Radio 91.1.
Oh man, and then yeah, like CD player comes back just in time for the next match, which is Chris Candido versus Matt Sydal. And Jim Fannin, the manager of Chris Candido, he's part of the Fannin family, but he's just on commentary here. And at this point, there's a thing where Mickey Knuckles is saying that Chris Candido, he's not just confident, he's cocky. And then she goes like, "I'm gonna say it just like the Milwaukeeans would say it, cocky." And then this leads to Jim Fannin saying,
"Fuck the Milwaukeeans. They could all die for all I care."
That's not nice, Jim.
The way he like elongated the first part of that word.
fuck.
Wait, keep playing that.
Fuck.
Oh man, Chris Claus has finally met his perfect partner. Oh man. And so and then there's a part where Jim Fannin is like I think he's doing a Dusty Rhodes impersonation, and he's just going all out, and then Mickey Knuckles goes, I wanted commentary, not the waiter. Don't spit. And then that's when Jim Fannin goes right up on the mic. So that's nice. And then this year is a pretty great match. Like I think when we talked about Chris Candido last, it was in his TNA work and lead up to Destination X, and like it's quite something to see him be as good as he was here, and then we see him here, and it's like this feels like what he was born for, is to work to this sort of environment and to make the most out of everything. And we see a bit of that here when he's got these like 3 rowdy guys just in the palm of his hands, like and then he's got all these like things like his ass getting exposed on a sunset flip, and he walks around not knowing that his ass is out.
Not his vertical smile.
That vertical smile. And then like he wins with an insane looking blonde bombshell where like the timing is not perfect, so they just like fucking like both fall, Sydal and Candido, and it looks insane. And he wins with that. Ian comes out and he picks up the mic and goes like, and so he tells Mickie, turn it down. So sound is still having some issues. And then he says, Chris Candido, how about you face CM Punk next time we are here? And then Candido, this is fucked up. He's like, I hate when people got respect promo and say I respect you. Fuck that. How dare you say that? And then he says, okay, I will wrestle CM Punk. And then Ian is like, maybe Tammy can come along. And Candido was like, oh, I can't believe you would refer to my girlfriend that way. So yeah, it's quite heated. And then Barrier Wellington versus Jimmy Jacobs happens.
It sure does. Anyway, moving on.
Yes, IWA Mid-South and NWA No Limits present Angels, Monsters, and Toys. Oh my! From the Illinois Masonic Temple. Yeah, this year appears to be like a NWA thing first and foremost, which makes sense. It's not in Indiana. We have Josh Abercrombie. We saw him as a good guy against Drake Younger, but now he is a villain, and he faces Mr. Elites. This was quite. Wow. This is quite.
Tony Khan himself.
And story of this match is that Josh Abercrombie puts his leg on the ropes, and the ref is like, "Hey, get your leg off the ropes." And then he puts his leg on the ropes again, and the ref is like, 1, 2, 3. And we're all very unhappy that Mr. Elite lost. Thank you for asking. That's a great question. I'd like to review the footage of that match there. And then Brandon Thomaselli comes out for his match against Todd Sexton. And I quite liked this match. And one of the big things that turned me around on it was, I was thinking to myself just recently, like it's such a common thing, I feel, that you get a knuckle lock, you get someone down, they bridge up, and then you try and break it by putting your body weight on them, but they're too strong, it holds. And I was like, man, I want to see someone successfully doing it. They put the bodyweight on and it breaks the bridge. And oh my god, Brandon Thomaselli and Todd Sexton did that shit. Yes! Yes!
Nice.
Which is good. Generally, I think, as we'll get to, Todd Sexton, a very good wrestler as far as conveying a sort of like sporting competitive atmosphere, of like the feeling out period leading to tensions rising, and that's when you get to the different moves. And this was a great example of that.
Yeah, I like them. I might have seen them a little bit before. Can't really think where. Like, obviously, he's a wild side guy, but I haven't seen too much of that. Oh, he made a CZW appearance. Or two.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Then we also have NWA Midwest Tag Titles on the line with the champions, the heroes, Mason Hunter and Mark Sterling, defending against the centerfolds of Eric Priest and Matthew Longtime. And this was a match that I quite adored because it reminds me of the sort of like match that I'd see like at my local as I went to recently, where I think they all worked out quite befitting a small venue where like there's like so much crowd work, so much like the heels just like really emoting and being goofy, and then like the babyface would be like Mason Hunter would go for a giant swing, but before that he'd go, "You want to go for a ride? Yay! Okay, now I do giant swing," which I thought was very good. But then it fucking breaks down into chicanery, and the fucking centerfolds win the match. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you were digging the underwear model Eric Priest.
I was kind of digging the underwear model Eric Priest. He might have been the genetic compared to Matthew Longtime, but he had his role.
Yeah, I like the bit where the heels pat each other's asses to a chant of "that was gay." That amused me. I wasn't sure about the visual submissions part in this. And then the babyfaces kick out of the shot with a chain.
Yeah. Like it was a bit much as far as the near falls. Yeah, absolutely. And like the submission thing you're referring to is like Mace's got the fucking rolling Olympic Hill 1 ass shit in, and Eric Priest is tapping, but the ref is like, "What's that? People fighting on outside. Hey guys, stop it! Stop it! Do not do that. I'm not looking." But yeah, the heels win, and then Matt Longtime is like hugging Eric Priest, and he's telling him, "You don't suck dick. You don't suck dick." Oh, that's nice. And then motherfucking Ian Rotten in Flaming Beanie. He doesn't need basketball anymore. He has Flaming Beanie against Nigel McGuinness. And wow.
Hit the mood. Because this is my match of the 5 days.
This is a pretty moo match. Oh man.
Yep.
Fucking Nigel he tries some World of Sports shit, like getting the arm and like going woo on it, but then Ian makes him suck his dick, and then Nigel gets up and he goes, "That's illegal in some states."
Yeah, it sounds funny to write this down and say it, but I think there's enough Ian revisionists that listen to this that I can just say Ian is so smart.
I agree.
He's a really intelligent man.
Yeah.
Like the bit where Nigel is doing their headstand, corner headstand, and he kicks out. He gets hit with it once, but the second time he ducks. It's just like, man, he adds like a little extra element to like every spot that he does almost.
Yeah, and like it's really all in the little things. I'm thinking about there's a thing I noted down where like literally Nigel's just in a heel hook. He gets his shoulders on the ground, and there's a 1 count, so he kicks out. The thing that happens every match, like, but then Ian just sees the arm go up, he grabs it. I don't think he even does anything with it, but he just does that. It's like, oh, it's just like, oh shit, it's the thing that I haven't thought about. That like it rouses the mind, and that's just like all of what Ian does. They have all of that really interesting grappling. When they get to the strikes, it's it's fun, but also like very physical. Like I think there's a bit where like Ian just literally like takes his arm and whaps it onto Nigel's thigh, and when he does, he goes, "Charlie horse." It's really great. And I loved as well. Like I went crazy when like Ian just laid his fat ass down, and then he finds a drop toe hold out of him. That shit was so good.
Yeah, that's another thing we observed recently in the 2017 matches that we saw of Ian's. There's no one better at not wanting to get up. Perhaps physically cannot get up, but he's still thinking. He's still thinking of things to do while just lying down.
All you need to be a pro wrestler is a brain. A body is just it'd be nice, but it's not necessary. Okay, Ian Rotten.
Yeah.
And this was generally like the whole time it was on. I had like a giant smile on my face, just like all of the work in it, all of the close-up camera work of the struggle, of the grit, of the physicality was just incredible. And I was so glad to see it. And then eventually Nigel, like it's a very good finish as well. Like he just gets a hold of a leg, he just gets a really good leg hook on, and he gets a pin. It's so great, it's so wonderful. Wow. And what's this I'm reading on the cards for this next show? He's going to have a European rules match. Sounds perfect.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, this was probably the first, like, the earliest great Nigel match that I've seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he really comes into his own in like 2005 in Ring of Honor, and the stuff that I've seen from before then is usually just like, yeah, it's pretty good, it's all right. But this is great.
Yeah, like he really gets he really gets like a meanness brought out of him here, both in terms of like battering people, but then also just like doing stuff with a lot of like malcontent as well. Bars holds.
Yeah.
And then we have here NWA Midwest champion Chris Candido defending against Jimmy Jacob. So the whole night there's been a guy with a sign, but this is not just a piece of cardboard or paper, it's a whole ass dry erase board. And sure enough, he alters what it says throughout the night. And when Jimmy Jacobs comes out, his thing says, "Just say Huss." And we know from Death Before Dishonor and the previous shows of Ring of Honor there that Jimmy Jacobs, he used to be an epic Bruiser Brody cosplayer. It was funny because he's a small man who say Huss, like Bruiser Brody. And now Jimmy Jacobs is no longer Bruiser Brody. He's no longer the Huss man. So he looks at the sign and it's like, and he ignores it because he cannot say Huss anymore, I guess. And then this here is a masterclass from Chris Candido here. Like it's just all the possible things you could do. Like, you know, you talk about like someone like Buddy Rose or stuff like that, where they just like are so good at working a crowd, making everything every moment. There's a point where he complains to the ref, and it's literally just like some babyface offense from Jimmy Jacobs. Candido takes ref aside and goes, "I don't mean to bitch, but on that hip toss, he pulled my hair. And then on that other move, he pulled my tights." And the whole time he's like very animatedly acting out everything. And then he's like up on the second rope or something, and a body donuts chant breaks out. So Candido, he looks around, and you know what he does? Pats the back. Oh, Barry Howard, I remember him.
Yeah, like he sort of like rolls his eyes a little bit, but like sort of teases doing some of those spots anyway. It's like, perfect.
Yeah.
And then he gets his ass out again. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. So like there's a fan wearing a Jushin Liger mask, quite a common occurrence in these shows. Chris Candido walks past him and he goes like, "Give me that." Puts it on, gets in the ring, and then oh no, his ass out, the vertical smile, and it's really delightful. And then Jimmy Jacobs put that mask on and he do some stuff, and then eventually Chris Candido is down on the outside, and then he getting the ref over like, "I am seriously injured, I may die soon." And then Ryan Boss, oh no, he come out and fire thunder at the Jimmy Jacobs.
Fucking Ryan Boss.
And then Chris Candido gets in the ring, jumping jacks, and then pins him for the win.
Did you call him Rybos?
No, I call him his government name Ryan Boss.
Oh. He should be Rybos.
Oh, the Rybos?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, Candido's great. He might be the best wrestler on these shows, not called Ian or Terry.
Yeah, absolutely. What wonderful match, and it leads to funny thing happening in the Rybos match. And then we get to Skeeter Frost. Skeeter Frost versus Jay Fury. And I feel at one with this crowd here, because just as I would, some of them just started calling out Skeeter, and Skeeter looks up like, "What? I'm Skeeter." And Jay Fury is also in the right world side as Skeeter Frost is, and I think they have a nice little match here. They've got that sort of energy we spoke of in episode 23 of this kind of period of like unrefined creativity of a lot of high spot stuff, like the CCW guys and all that. I think these two, they're by no means are the pinnacle of it, but I think they got it, and it ended up being quite a nice match. What's his name? Skeeter.
Skeeter. Okay. Yeah, that sums up my thoughts on this one. I think just Skeeter.
Skeeter.
Didn't write a single note on it.
But now we have to turn to the women's action. We came to learn that. We came to learn that in just about 12 years, in the 2010s, IWA-MS would refer to this division as the Broad Division. But thankfully, Ian Rotten respects women in 2004, so it's a women's division. It's Daizee Haze versus MsChif, and this is we've seen We're No Joke, and it's quite the same characters here. Daizee Haze is an honourable wrestler. She does nice head scissors neck crank, and MsChif, she hits hard in response.
MsChif is she can clearly do quite a bridge, because that looked pretty brutal the way that she was bent.
Yeah.
And she's like one of the bigger ladies as well, so it's like comparable to like Jack Evans in a submission almost.
Aye, yeah, just like Jack Evans or or like Alexa Bliss has a double jointed thing. It's always good to make use of that to make her look like you're dying.
MsChif also does the green mist. I can't remember if we established that last time that we saw her.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Maybe. Happens a lot. And the referee's like, oh my god, I DQ for you, MsChif, for doing that. And then Mickie Knuckle, who was, as it turns out, at the 8th anniversary show, she was ran into ring post. She cannot abide MsChif's nonsense, so she comes out and it's a big pull apart. Everybody come out to pull them apart. That's nicely done. Makes me excited for that match. Merry Funkin' Christmas. And then Brad Bradley versus Rainman happened.
My main note on this one is Brad Bradley gets Snitsky Jr. chanted at him after the match. And then after like a 7-second pause, he says, "That wasn't my fault." Which I would say receives
yeah. Fuck this match.
His match with Rainman here, it's fairly hard hitting and like okay enough, but I couldn't stop thinking about the report I heard from PTO listening to Jim Fannon's podcast about Chucky Smooth fucking hating Brad Bradley's guts and it pleasing him greatly when CM Punk used to bully him. So any time I see this guy now, I'm just gonna think of him as a victim.
The thing with Brad Bradley is like, sure he like hit hard and do the suplex on the head and stuff, but I don't care. I just don't give a shit. And I'm not going to pretend to, for Rainman's sake. Sorry, Rainman. 1 star. Yeah, very boo match. And then we have BG Whitmer versus Delirious. So BG Whitmer, it turns out he is heel. He is aligned with Jim Fannin. And Delirious, he is, as we see him, the man who rambles and is very funny. And then he wrestles for 27 minutes.
Yeah, I don't even remember this. I watched it like yesterday.
So PG Whitmer, he attempts to powerhouse the Delirious, but in Delirious, he does pull out a finish, which I think should be used more. Which is goes for a dragon suplex hold the suplex for the win. So he just literally delts him goes into the pin, and BG fucking loses because he's a jobber, and then BG very mad about that. He exploders him. Oh, get out of here, BG! Damn you! Anyway, Matt Sydal versus Ryan Boz for the Iowa State title here in Illinois. Like my first note here was that in the Jimmy Jacobs match, when he is confronted with a sign, he takes it and is about to use it, but then he decides, no, actually I will not use this, and gives it back. So they've built it up, and then here Matt Sydal fucks Ryan Boz up with the boards. It breaks apart. Good sound.
Yeah, the boss said, "Just beat Boz," and he obliged that request.
Boz beaten. I quite liked Matt Sydal in this match. There's a point where he's stalling. He's taking advantage of the 20 count, having a sit down, and Boz gets mad. He chases after him, and then Sydal trolls him by fucking him up due to this. And then after a pretty good match, they're doing a super backplex, where on the way down, that ref gets murked. Oh no! And then here comes Jimmy Jacobs now. He has the Iowa belt. He's going to take revenge on Ryan Boz by heading over belt. But whoops, Ryan Boz ducks and he hits Matt Sydal instead, and then Boz wins.
But Boz is just the fucking interference king.
You can't run it on Brian Boz. So he then does get his lick on the Ryan Boz after the match, where his no longer reply, and then he pulls out the Ryan Boz T-shirt, which turns out it says Boz Rules, and Jimmy Jacobs has defaced this famous icon and says Hoss Rules on it. What is this? Is he going back to his old ways of being Bruiser Brody? And he pulls out 2 spikes. And he's like, oh, I'm going to stab fucking Ryan Boz with this and kill him. But then, Ryan Boz leaves the ring. And, I like that there's a bit of tension, a bit of a standoff where, like the title is still in the ring. Ryan Boz is like, he's trying to get it, but Jimmy Jacobs is like, I got that spike and stuff. And there's a fan who goes, get in there, kick his ass, Boz. And Ryan Boz goes, I still rule. That same fan goes, all right. And then, it cuts to a promo of the Boz where he's just saying, Jimmy Jacobs, I will beat you in wrestling match. And then it cuts to Jimmy Jacobs, what is this? He's putting on the frilly boots. Could he be going back to that place? Oh my god, I'm so excited. And then, wow, bonus track. You get to see CM Punk versus Fallen Angel Christopher Daniel.
Did you watch it?
Kinda. I've watched it. Wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't find it on Letterboxd. Not Letterboxd. Dropkicked. I couldn't find it on Dropkicked.
Well, if you're looking on Letterboxd, what's the problem there? But no, this was one of the NWAs that would not be on Dropkicked. It's from a couple months prior. I watched it. Waste of fucking time. Why didn't they put a good match? Surely you've had some good matches to put on the end of a tape.
Yeah. Oh well. So pretty good shows. Like as we've like came away with from the server watch always going, like IWA can just be a mixed bag, and it can be very worth it, and other times it can be like
yeah, but nice enough shows, all building anticipation for the big one coming up, which I'm sure will be the best of the bunch.
Agreed. Merry Funkin' Christmas at the Highland Lincoln Centre. We open up this video file with Ian Rotten in a fire beanie, and he has a new IWA shirt. The front is IWA Mid-South. On the back it says, Operation Exterminate Vince.
Fuck yeah.
Oh man. I wish I still had that same clip of you remember when Spike Dudley was saying fuck WWE and Jim Fan was like, amen, brother. So Ian is going through a whole bunch of opening announcements. He says that Highland, Indiana, you've been all very good boys and girls, so I'm giving you a Ted Petty Invitational and the Revolution Strong Style Tournament. And Highland, Indiana is like, oh, thank you, Ian, for that. And they're holding a freaking raffle to get a free ticket to every IWA-MS next year.
He also informed us that Donovan Morgan has come to Puerto Rico. I know one guy who's not eating TV dinners right now.
And then he goes into that thing that like a lot of people advertising wrestling do, where like they go like, Matt Sydal will take on Jamie Noble, but not on this show, elsewhere. And Nate Webb versus the Canadian Destroyer, Petey Williams, not here, some more time. And then Nigel McGuinness gets a shot against Punk for that title, IWA title. And then Ian starts talking about Terry Funk. Has a nice little Terry impression, saying like, like, oh, you're just a little kid, when he was in ECW. But then Respect promo interrupted. Who is it?
Oh,
Who enters to this music? Oh my god, it's Jim Fannin. Oh. Jim Fannin here with just a sexy looking goatee, it must be said. He commands the ref to get the mic. I remember this ref because he was the one reffing the Indiana State title tournament, and they made fun of him for being fat and sweating. So this fat ref gets the mic for Jim Fannin, and Jim says like, "Oh, Ian, you're really smart trying to run Bloomington on Hoosiers night, and you only got 60 fans in Vincennes, so you got no monies, I bet." And yeah, then Jim says that, Ian, your money is missing a zero, and a fan yells out like, "Oh, that's because you ate it." And
Lol.
And then he calls out the living legend Terry Funk, and here's Funk now, and gets in the ring, and Jim says, "Well, okay, so now because Ian does not have my money, I now own IWA Mid-South, and hey, we promised you an appearance by Terry Funk. Here he is. Now, Terry Funk, you are fired." And now he's saying the sixth man will not happen. This was that big main event, and he's saying it will not happen? No. And he says, "Oh, Terry Funk, maybe if you want to wrestle for free, you can wrestle Trik Davis." What? No. Fuck Trik Davis. I want to see Trik Davis with Terry Funk.
What the fuck did Trik Davis do?
I know. And so then Ian gets the mic back, and he says, "Look, Jim, this whole thing can be done on money." And then Jim goes, "No, you said it's the Highland Show. This is the Highland Show." And again, like, how am I supposed to have sympathy for Ian in this situation? This seems like a deal that he is reneging on. But then a very large man walks in and takes the mic. Why, that's Ed Truman, NWA Midwest promoter. And what did you think?
Could it be? Oh my!
What do you think seeing Ed Truman in the flesh?
Well, it took me to the end of the show to actually figure out what his deal was. I was just like, oh, it's a guy. All right then. Hello, guy.
Yes, he's a vessel of the National Wrestling Alliance, and he tells Jim, "You have a lot of nerve insulting Terry Funk. He is a former World Heavyweight Champion, and you know what? I'll give you your goddamn money." Just writes a check, gives him like $200 or something. And this really fires Ian up. He goes like, "You tell Chris Candido and BJ Whitmer and Steve Stone they're ready to attack match tonight. RWA. And so it's quite a hipped up feeling, and then Terry Funk is like, okay, I don't care about any of this. I like IWA Mid-South. I just like ECW.
He also says Ian Rotten might not have the most ability in the world. Yes, he does. What do you know, old man?
He's got a lot of heart. And I loved when he goes, this organization will grow like ECW. And Ian right next to him is like, oh, stop. Oh. And yes, Ed Truman, thank you for making sure that this tag match can happen and this show can happen. Thank you, Ed Truman, thank you. Now you go on to Matthew Sydal versus Todd Sexton for the NWA Midwest X Division title. Dave Prazak and Eddie Kingston on commentary. What did you think of Eddie Kingston here on commentary?
Yeah, always fun to hear. You never know what he's going to say in these years, I'll tell you that. But nothing cancelable on this occasion.
It feels like he's like constantly like lying back and got his head down, and also drawing his last breath at all times. Like he'll just see some wrestle like, oh, nice. Oh, that's just nice. Oh man, the people like my side out. Cool, that's cool.
Yeah, he sounds like his voice has been cooked, but he doesn't sound like that now. So how did that occur?
Oh man, I don't know. He probably wasn't doing like all that yoga and jiu-jitsu training like he does now. But yeah, Matt Sydal, the X Division champion of NWA Midwest. I quite like this Midwest X belt. It's just basically the old X Division title, except the X is coloured in. And, you know, usually a lack of colour is a bit of a kiss of death for a title, but I don't know. The X Division title kind of suits it. I like it.
That's the best title I've ever seen, Mike! Oh my god!
The craftsmanship, the colouring, you gotta call in for this right now. We've only got one left.
You know it, pal.
That's like today.
Damn right. You're out of here, you fat load. So yeah, these two.
How about this
Wrestling! Way!
I can't believe it. It's
fucking IWA mid-Brit rest.
Yes, it's really despicable.
I just wrote, fix this, Ian.
Yeah, I do love how Eddie Kingston will just sometimes like hear stuff like that, like, I hate the fans. I hate them. And yeah, Sexton and Sydal, they do a lot of like scuffling and struggling and lockups, and like there's even a point where like they fall to the outside and stuff's getting heated, and Sexton will be like, whoa, and just like motion to get back in the ring. So like again, just like having this intensity without immediately having a brawl. And you know, like even before he becomes more explicitly heel as like an idiot wild side guy, he's just very good at like sort of like basing for Sydal. He's getting outclassed by Sydal's fancy flips and dives, and then like during this like Dave Prazak, because you know, if you bought this on Smart Mark video, like you're not going to give all of the money until you've been sufficiently advertised for everything you're going to see on the thing that you bought. So Dave Prazak is like, oh, we've got a 6-way get into the Indiana title tournament, Eddie croaks it up. Whoa. And then Todd Sexton does a pretty cool delayed superplex, and Sydal very smartly, he bumps Bigfoot, and then he just like flops over into the corner, so he cannot be pinned. Not seen that before. It's quite nice. And then they go back and forth to Sexton and Sydal, and Sydal misses the airborne, and then I realize I hate Airborne. It fucking sucks.
No, I loved when he crashed and burned on a mat. That was so funny to me. I was like, ha ha
ha. And then, god damn it, Sexton tries to go up top, but then Evan Bourne meets him up there, and a belly-to-belly variation of a Spanish fly wins it. He retains the X Division title.
Yeah, they almost slipped.
Almost, yeah.
On that belly, really, but they didn't. Yeah, this is a nice over. I feel like I always forget how good Matt Sydal is. Like should be a bigger deal now type good.
Yeah,
when I watch him from these years. Like,
yeah. Like you'd think he'd be someone who has like this big catalog of like matches that people are talking about, as far as being like, oh, he's like so smart now in his old age. You know what I mean? But,
yeah.
I mean,
like,
maybe
he could be a wrestler on, like, I think he was more or less as good as Roderick Strong at this time.
Mm-hmm.
But very different places in the wrestling hierarchy nowadays.
Yeah, like I don't know, maybe he's having that type of match, but he's like, as you say, it's like different places where like he's wrestling like Ultimo Dragon in France or whatever. So like yeah, it's definitely quite obscure. And then Todd Sexton asks for a handshake, but then swerve, I don't want handshake, flip you off. And yeah, we will hear more from Todd Sexton later on. And
handshake,
but not.
but not really handshake. It's fucking.
No! This isn't right! Oh, come on! No! This isn't right! No!
Handshake.
No!
Handshake. Handshake.
Oh, yeah. Quite something to see. And then we go on to the first ladies match of the night. Allison Danger versus Daizee Haze. Dave Prazak claims that Daisy's hair is still dyed green from yesterday's misting. I don't know if it is. But anyway.
Look blonde to me, Jim. What, Dave?
I'm just referring this to Jim Fannin as a third party on this matter.
So Daizee Haze, her character is basically, she's that reggae loving white girl who blazes.
Yeah. Like I was trying to place what the theme song was, but yeah, definitely some reggae.
You know, Allison. I think she'd quite appreciate a match set to the entirety of Temperature by Sean Paul. And I don't know if she's single or not nowadays. I know a guy who's looking for a wrestler to be his girlfriend.
It can only be a wrestler who is my girlfriend. Yes, I mean the controversy surrounding the OGP Unified Tag titles are not to be discussed here, but it is quite a pressing issue. Well, Allison carries away, but then gets the advantage back deviously because she is a heel. And there's a bunch of like 5 counts as Allison Danger, gets Daizee Haze against our ropes and whatnot. And soon people start getting on Tommy Thompson's case. They're jeering at him. or just like letting this happen. And Eddie Kingston always emphasizing that you had till 5. Got till 5. Quite good. And then, oh my God, Allison Danger gets her up. Got her up. I can see it. Sad. What? Slam.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I lost my shit for that because it's the thing that we do, the thing that we have the soundbite for. So I was very excited for it. And
yeah, it was already the top 3 move in wrestling history, and now it's top 1.
Exactly. And then she would have gotten a pin off of that, but she didn't hook the leg. And Dave Prazak.
That was stupid of her not to do that. If I
usually,
was a wrestler, I would always hook the leg.
I mean, yeah, you're preaching to the choir here. Dave Prazak, he usually says, "Gotta hook the leg, man." That's his catchphrase. He says it like that, all pretty like. But in this instance, he goes, "Gotta hook the leg, woman." And Eddie Kingston is immediately like, "That was corny. That was corny." And now there's an interesting spot where Daizee Haze is like prone in the corner. She's laying there, and then she like just throws a kick to Allison Danger. Seems to be aimed at the liver and grounds her, which is quite nice to see. Very sort of like hard hitting offense from both, and like I feel like Prazak and Eddie have like probably like the ideal chemistry where like Eddie is like good enough at like advocating for evil, and like Prazak can go like, yeah, you would think that, where like they don't just like fall into just like bullshit, and unfortunately bullshit is fallen into by others for sure. Daizee Haze goes for an Irish whip, and Danger counters by just she fucking hammer throws her right into the ropes really wildly, which is awesome, just like fucking decapitating her off the top rope. And then like she trolls the crowd, and she's going to throw Daizee Haze into the chairs, but then throws her back in the ring. I hate the fans, damn it. And then Daizee Haze comes back, hits a big missile drop kick, like one of the more noisy missile drop kicks I've ever heard. Like makes it like off the chest, and like it makes Eddie Kingston go all high pitched, like so that's nice. And then eventually like Daizee tries to go for a Yakuza kick, misses it, and gets drilled with an STO. Great bump by Daizee. And eventually she gets the heart punch and gets a Yakuza kick to win it. I thought this was really great.
Yeah, I liked it. My favourite bit was probably Allison going, "She tasted me, man. It's that cancer making her crazy."
Yeah. But yes, I was thinking about how we watched We're No Joke, where okay, great, the women's division IWA-MS is no longer in the Dave Prazak weird misogyny zone. It's actually serious now, but the match is kind of fucking weird. And instead of doing singles, they're doing all this bullshit. And now here we see, oh man, yeah, they can do singles and they can do really good stuff, which is nice to see.
Yeah, it's a competent division.
And then go on to this all-important qualifier for the Indiana title tournament. It's the biggest tournament we've ever seen. It requires many battle royals and many multi-mans to figure out who's going to apply for it.
You can't just make a tournament. You gotta have like everyone in the tournament has earned their spot.
Absolutely.
But how did they earn the earning spot matches? They should have had a tournament for that as well.
Exactly. Just tally up everyone's win-loss records at the end of the year. Who's got the best?
I'm sorry, what gives you the right to wrestle for honors? So there's two guys I've never heard of in this.
Yeah.
Joey Envy and Corey James. Joey Envy is a fake Mondo, and Corey James is a fake CM Punk. So that's good stuff.
Yeah. Like Joey Envy comes out to "What's It All For?" by Bazaar Royale, which is a crazy song to come out to.
They legit look like they're doing, like Halloween costume. Like, I've come as CM Punk. Like, there's no original thought gone into this guy's look.
Yeah, because Corey James has got like the bright yellow jorts and also the blonde hair.
Yeah, the hair's a similar length.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And like I don't know how exactly.
I bet Punk would have bullied this guy.
Yeah, good thing he didn't come to Highland tonight. Or crazy Corey James would be sad Corey James. So he spells his name with he spells Corey with a C, but crazy with a K. This is because he is crazy. He does not have a alliterative name, even though that would occur to other wrestlers to do. And yes, Joey Envy, the fake Mondo, skinny white boy with sagging jorts. That's how it is. And Eric Priest, the underworm model, as we said, he gyrates and is very rambunctious. Chandler McClure, NFL guy. We saw this on a server watch one time. It is dog shit. Liked him well enough in this match, but that gimmick has got to go. It sucks. And Josh Abercrombie, yesterday was a villain, but now he's in his home territory of Indiana, so he high-fives the fans and pumps fists. He is babyface. And then Larry Sweeney as well in this match comes out with rope and boa. And yes, this six-way is two guys in at one time.
Yeah, it's crazy when wrestlers come out and high-five a bunch of people, but there's a few people who are just like looking at the ground or directly ahead. In some cases, just looking through the wrestler. They're not present. There's no hand for you, generic babyface wrestler.
Yeah, it's got its thing. And Joey Eastman has replaced Eddie Kingston on commentary, and he immediately botches. He says that Eric Priest is making his IWA Mid-South debut. No, bitch. He faced Brad Bradley in 2002.
Yeah, do you not remember that match that was the stuff of legends? Did you not even see Morris Mayhem 2002 as covered on Rim?
Yeah, bitch. You fucked up. And so now, Eric Priest doofs the fuck out of Joey Envy with a body shot. Joey Envy gets him back with a snappy drop kick. Very nice. And then Larry Sweeney will tag in, because this is a tag thing, as we mentioned. And it gets off a double axe handle. And they try and get across the entire idea that Larry Sweeney, he's a guy who does old school moves like the slingshot suplex and the fist drop. And that's alright. What did you think about when Josh Abercrombie shatters his calf doing a moonsault?
Don't remember it.
Wow, he does an acai moonsault, and he his calf makes contact with a chair and goes like boom, and then he goes like oh. But
okay.
Then
that does sound memorable. The thing is, I watched this show with and normally when I would be taking notes on a show, I would pause, I would go back 10 to see if I missed anything. But I felt a bit pressed for time this morning, so I just left it on continuously and had to frantically make notes whilst the show was playing. So,
Wow.
I might have missed some stuff,
Well, good thing I'm here to tell you that Josh Abercrombie might have fucked his leg up, but he was not selling it 10 seconds later. There you go. That was happening during the match.
I was gonna put another quarter star on the dropkick train, but you told me you didn't sell it. Then it's gone.
Exactly. There you go. McClure and Priest both will just doof the fuck out of Josh, and it creates this strange dynamic where Larry and Priest and McClure are all the heels, and they gang up on Josh Abercrombie to make him the face in peril. And it's like, so we're going to have this match where it's like we're going to have a tag match, except the thing we're building towards is Josh Abercrombie then going and tagging it to someone else so they can win the match instead of him. And it's something they shortly abandon once they actually get the hot tag done, because like fucking tags just get thrown at as well by that point. But it's kind of odd. And the hot tag is made to Corey James. Corey James he's said to be crazy, but he doesn't really work like it. And then Eric Priest gets him up in a military press and throws him down into a spine buster, the F69 they call it. Then to my points, Eric Priest tags it to Joey Envy. So Joey Envy and Corey James, two baby faces, are just beating each other up now. So don't understand the necessity of the baby in peril necessarily. Then as I say, it just breaks down. There's a part where Joey Envy's going up top. Chandler McClure's going up top, and Joey is there, and he slaps him, and then McClure slaps him back, and they start fighting up top. And if I were the ref, I would just keep going like tag, 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 tag. But he does not. And then both halves of the match do Terror of Doom superplexes. And after both of those, after the dust of those settle, Larry and Abercrombie are now in as the two, and literally you see Bryce Remsburg just throw his hands up. Okay, sure, they're illegal. I don't care. And then everyone starts hitting moves on each other, and then breaking it up, and then doing another move. And then Josh Abercrombie, he gets Larry Sweeney. He goes for his move, which is a backstabber off of the second rope, and he fucks it up. And the crowd's like, oh. But then he does a Phoenix Splash to win. And this earns him a spot in the Indiana title tournament, where he has a really good match with Ian Rotten and loses.
Yay. Yeah, so those kind of tagging multi-mans always feel a bit nonsensical. There's definitely been ones that I've seen that pick up a certain pace or have enough cool shit to make you not really that bothered about it. But yeah, this one didn't really do that for me.
Yeah. Good. I was quite impressed with McClure and Priest, as far as being dudes who really doof the fuck out of people, and the other guys in it, they held up their end of the match, and yeah, they got there in the end. And as we know, the Indiana title tournament, roaring success. So it's great to see just a bit of history made here. Josh Abercrombie punches his ticket to the damn tournament. And now we go on to the ladies again. It's time for the grudge match of Mickie Knuckles versus the MsChif. Allison Danger is now on commentary, as she will be for most of the show, and she says that Daizee Haze cheated. And I cannot believe she would say this, because she was the one who cheated. What the fuck? Why would she lie? Anyway,
I can't believe we're getting a second women's match Ian Rotten more woke bait than Tony Khan?
I know, it's crazy. Oh man, Ian Rotten, Stephanie McMahon, handshake, two people who influenced the women's revolution.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we say, MsChif rammed Mickey Knuckles into the ring post, and that's you can't just easily forgive that. You need to have a grudge match about it. And Mickey Knuckles, she's not her usual sunny self. Her eyes are locked on MsChif as she comes out, and she has the mic, and she says, "Dave, get over here." Dave Paytak goes, "Why?" And he does make his way over there. He's got blonde ass hair, and she says, You should make this a no disqualification match, and also a number one contendership for the IWA women's title." And he goes, "Okay." And yeah, this is no longer sanctioned by the NWA, so it's classic IWA rules. And Dave Prazak returns to the table. Allison Danger says, "I hate you. You suck." Yeah, what did you think of this match here?
Yeah, I like this quite a bit. Mickey's only been going for like a year and a couple of months, maybe. I think she debuts at the King of the Death matches, which is like August, September or something in 03. But she already has some of that quickness of mind and just doing crazy stiff shit for the hell of it. Much like her sensei, Ian.
Her sensei.
I'm not going to say what she calls him, because it would make me wince.
Yeah.
MsChif, I was quite impressed with her throughout these shows as well. She's got some nice stuff. It's like not everything she does pans out, but yeah, I left this show pretty fond of her.
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, both like beating the shit out of each other. I liked there's this part where MsChif catches one Mickey strike, it catches another Mickey strike, so both Mickey's arms are locked in, and so from that position she just does a headbutt, which was very nice. And yeah, there's a lot of sort of like ambitious stuff, like you're sort of referring to, like Mickey going for a spine buster, and MsChif like wraps her legs around the body and then rolls through into some form of hold. I was like, wow, okay, you did that. You did that.
Yeah. There's also the thing where like she's gonna do a code red for some reason. And I think Mickey was gonna reverse it or something, but she just kind of fell.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminded me of like watching for a modern comparison, like Sky Blue. It's like you haven't got 100% hit rate with what you're doing, but you're a trooper.
Yeah, exactly.
He's keeping it ambitious.
And yeah, so they like a bunch of moves from each other, like a neck breaker off the top and a German suplex and whatnot, and then Mickey has her in place for a powerbomb off the top. But then MsChif hits her with the green mist. And then, oh no, because it's no DQ, she does not get disqualified and can win off of that. Oh, damn it. I thought the no DQ stipulation would come in handy for Mickey Knuckles, but it did not.
Kind of funny that she waited until now to do it. Really.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to charge it up. I don't know how mist works. I don't personally have the capability to do it, so
yeah, they should get in that biologist.
Yes, those who are blessed enough to produce a green mist from their mouths should write a book about it. How does it work?
Yeah. To our universities, teach your knowledge.
Maybe you just get like a 2-second warning. It's like, oh, I could mist right now.
Yeah, I mean, like,
and that's why they're always getting DQ'd. Like, they just can't help it. Like, oh man, if I don't do it, it could be 3 more weeks before I could mist.
I mean, maybe it's like Pee your poo. Like, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Oh man, I'm absolutely gagging for a mist right now.
Like, maybe if I won this match earlier, it wouldn't have this problem. You fucking extended it out, and now I'm bursting. So Dave Prazak is
you go to like you go to a wrestling show, you just see like Tajiri just like vomiting up the green mist to nobody.
No, imagine like going up to a urinal, you just like pissing in it, and then Tajiri comes up and just like.
Ian is really putting over the mist here. He comes straight over to wash it out of Mickey's eyes. He's like, "Oh God, are you okay?"
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like as Mickey's getting it dabbed out of her eyes, she's going like, "Ah!" And so Dave Prazak is very mad that MsChif did this. So you know what he's going to do? He's going to give MsChif that title match, and that will also be no DQ, so she can do the mist. And then Daizee Haze helps Mickie to the back. And there you have it. That's the second women's match. It was quite good. And now, a special student versus teacher match as Chris Hero takes on Hallowicked.
Oh God!
Why you say "Oh God"?
Because that's what they say when the second Chris Hero's theme music hits.
Oh yeah.
And now it's clearly become a running joke that Chris Hero takes unnecessarily long into his song to come out.
Yeah.
Prazak even tests this, going to the concession stand and buying a snack, and he manages to do it and come back before a hero comes through the curtain.
Yeah. Allison Danger recommends that the viewing audience tend to other things such as getting food or acquiring a blankie. His Chris Hero takes very long to come out. And Dave Prazak does make that contestant trip. He comes back, says he's got Mountain Dew, and Allison Danger claims that Mountain Dew causes his testicles to shrink. Aha, small balls. So that's news to me. Hallowicked, meanwhile, they basically say that Tom Carter and Mike Quackenbush made a baby, and his name is Hallowicked. And Allison Danger says there's something very sexy about a guy with a stem. And Dave Prazak goes, "So you like the Hallowicked?" And yes, Allison Danger really wants to have sex with Hallowicked. This is a theme for the rest of the show. And as we get to this match where Hero is initially out wrestling Hallowicked, they bring up the curse. The Highland curse for Chris Hero, who has won matches in the past year, but he's not won a match in this building since November 2003. Wow. What did you think discovering this information?
I was flabbergasted. I was like, "Oh my God, that is incredible. That is huge. The stakes have been raised for this one."
Yeah, Chris Hero. I mean, he's the face of IWA, it could be said. You're telling me he's not won a match in Highland, Indiana? Fuck. That's crazy. I hope he can win one. Otherwise, I will become very disillusioned. And Allison Danger asks if she can wrestle Chris Hero. And Dave Prazak says, "Absolutely not. There's no mixing in IWA." Bullshit! Dave Prazak, you were there! It was 3 days ago!
So, did Hero look fatter than you've seen him in this era?
You see, yes, but I think it comes
He's getting
down...
He's getting that 2010s punch.
I think it comes down to he had the shirt in a bit tighter than usual, and he was having he's having his fucking belly show through like you know those fucking like marble statues that they've got the quilts on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a look. Yeah, big boy, Chris Hero.
One fan says, "Hero's pregnant."
Oh no. Oh. So the interesting thing about this match, it kind of reminds me of the last Chris Hero match we watched in Nippon Budokan, where it's just this thing about like it felt weird. Hero wrestling the way he does, like the way people reacting to it. And this time round, Dave Prazak is going like, "Oh, people say that Hero should wrestle more aggressively. That maybe he shouldn't be feeling out process for 45 minutes." And it feels crazy that that they're basically like saying like, "Hero, please wrestle differently." After having promoted him for years as like being like the 90-minute guy,
Yeah, it's strange. It does feel a bit out of order from the mere commentator, but on the flip side, this match is boring as fuck. So I actually support it.
Yeah.
I thought the Shikara guy just offered nothing.
Yeah. Hero slaps a headlock on him and goes like, "Whoa!" as if he's like doing a CCW gimmick, but actually he's not. He's just doing a normal headlock. And then someone does go like, "Wrestling, yay!" And Dave Prazak mocks them on commentary. So good for David. And then, Dave Prazak has established that Hallowicked is Allison Danger's crush. She would like a hold of his stem, as in his penis. And Dave Prazak says Hallowicked should do the Bushwhackers battering ram with his stem. And Allison goes, "Tee hee 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 hee." So this is a budding romance. Then we get to strike exchanges because Hallowicked, he is striking the Hero. Hero is like, "Ah, ah, ah," and then he, very mad at the strikes, he says, "Come on!" and then counters a charge into what else but an electric chair facebuster. And then he does a dive on him, does some sentons on him, but then Wicked's coming back and he's doing moves as well. And then more shit happens. Power slam by Hero. Hero goes for the Hero's Welcome and he calls out, "Hero's Welcome!" But then, oh no, it's somehow reversed in this tight frame of time. And then Hallowicked pins him. Oh, fuck. The curse continues. Yes, Hallowicked gets an unbelievable upset over Chris Hero, who just can't buy a win here in Highland. And a fan yells, "You can't win!" And someone chants, "Cry, cry, cry!" So.
Chris Hero really got no mates right now.
Yeah.
So some guy calling him fat. Dave Prazak's like, "Wait, his mesh is so long."
Yeah, and I mean, it reminds me of I don't know if you remember, but I always think of this match against M-Dog 20 in the IWA arena, where kind of similar thing. Obviously this time Hallowicked was sort of like a heel, but just the sort of thing of the bigger, more experienced guy asserting himself on the smaller guy en route to an upset win, where I don't know, it just wasn't real. It was lacking that sort of urgency, that sort of why is this so long? Oh, it's because he's torturing him, and that you don't really feel that sort of thing either. Like Prazak says, literally, he should wrestle more aggressively, and since he doesn't, it's kind of but oh well, we have brighter days ahead of us. Skeeter Frost is back.
Yes. Skeeter.
Skeeter with Jay Fury. They're now friends because they're both men to be wild side. They go against Brandon Thomaselli and Trik Davis. And, this is where you can really feel the IW vibe, because Dave Prazak will say about Brandon Thomaselli that, he's got an impressive record as of late. He had a heavyweight title with Punk, match with Punk, and then a light heavyweight title match with Jimmy Jacobs. Like, damn, the weight cutting must be fucking criminal over there. And then Allison Danger pipes up, what the hell kind of name is Skeeter? Brandon and Skeeter start off, do good bridge work, and they start doing pins back and forth in a knuckle lock, and Dave Prazak seemingly fucking can't be fucked with this. Just starts talking about B-Boy versus Rainman. He's like, you want to bet on who's going to win B-Boy versus Rainman? And Allison Danger does. She wants she wants assistance courting Hallowicked, and Dave Prazak goes like, Allison Danger, you only want Hallowicked's penis. And she says, well, at least I want penis, unlike the other girls who are homosexual. And they don't say a lot of those things, but they suggest them with innuendo. And then we have Jay Fury here, nice bouncy offense, going up against Trik Davis. And, Jay Fury has his fancy little leg sweeps, but Trik comes out on top of wrestling exchanges. Dave Prazak noting that when Trik Davis came in here, he was just a skinny little guy getting beat up. But now he is a skinny little guy who knows how to do arm drag armbar. So, very good story. And then, oh my god, Jay Fury fucking falls down. And we learn what the American equivalent of Wahey is. They all, like, the commentators and the crowd, they also going like, you fell.
Woohoo!
Yeah, Wahey. And then Dave Prazak says about Jay Fury, he has some good agility, except for right there. Oh, haha. So, yes, it's quite humiliating. And to make up for this, Jay Fury drops Trik Davis on his head. And then Jay does a cool little thing where he gut kicks Brandon, then backflips him over him to do a suplex, and then he does his combo of the J-Trix, which is the duck, and then the Enjoy Fury, which is a back kick. And then there's a whole bunch of ambitious double team stuff as the match completely breaks down, and then eventually Brandon gets Fury up in a reverse suplex, but then Skeeter holds the leg and Jay Fury wins. And damn, that's so fucked up. The fans are chanting, please come back. So, not initially over his heels, but then Todd Sexton comes to save the day in his jeans. He gets the mic and says to Brandon, oh yeah, it's really working out for you being an IWA Mid-South. Why don't you come to NWA Wildside? And then Brandon is like, people want me to stay here, so go fuck yourself. And then Todd Sexton goes, you made your decision, now you go and die for it, bro. And now the crowd chants, Wildside sucks. So he successfully kept the fans on message. Good for Todd Sexton.
Yeah.
I thought this was alright enough.
Yeah, some guys who seem fairly decent enough. Kind of not what I needed to see after that prior match, which I personally disliked a lot.
Yeah, wasn't good.
I needed some, some big gun wrestlers, perhaps like Alex Shelley and Nigel McGuinness. Surely you put those two in the ring, there's no way that it can be bad. And you add in European rules for a World of Sport-esque twist. What can go wrong? YouTube user at Men's Abs will be watching closely. and then after Alex Shelley's entrance, Eric Cannon comes out and he goes, easy, easy.
Wow.
Eric Cannon says some stuff. He has a broken collarbone. This is relevant to the upcoming match, maybe somehow. I was so pressed for time, there was no way I was going to skip back to that actually past the audio.
Wow. Well, Eric Cannon, he was accused by Alex Shelley of being a quitter because, I don't know, he pulled out of a match because his clavicle was fucking dead. But he says that Alex Shelley has no right to say that because while Eric Cannon was holding it down at IWA, Shelley was chasing Dollar at Nashville and Florida, doing shitty matches in front of shitty crowd in TNA. And he was an enhancement talent, a jobber, because wrestling is fake. And you know what, Alex Shelley, before IWA Mid-South give you a chance to make name, nobody know you. Now you turn on IWA Mid-South, you piece of shit. You suck, and I hate you, you're a bad wrestler. And Eric says, I may be a lesser athlete than you, but when I came to IWA Mid-South, Ian respected me as Poison first and Worker second. But Alex Shelley, you do the steroids. And then he goes, let me ask you something. Have you ever been IWA Mid-South Heavyweight Champion? Holds the mic up to him. I don't think so, you piece of shit jobber ass fucker. And when I return, I will fight you in match. And now I'm going to go bury your ass on commentary. And the show immediately just takes a fucking nosedive. It becomes the worst show I've ever fucking seen. I hate Eric Cannon. I don't like him.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember watching a match of his, but worst wrestler ever?
Worst wrestler ever!
Nigel eventually comes out. He has a shirt that says, in it to win it. Brackets. Nice pop. Which is good, I guess. So let's discuss the IWA-MS interpretation of the European rounds rules.
Certainly.
So part of the rules for this one is that if you get 3 yellow cards, you receive a red card.
Yep.
The fan shouts, "Soccer sucks!" Irrelevant. That is not accurate to the rules of that sport.
Oh, man.
Like, if you're gonna... You could just do the public warning system, bro.
Yeah.
Just say public warning.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're gonna dumb it down with soccer cards, then it's 2. 2 yellows equals a red.
Yeah.
And did you catch exactly how many 3-minute rounds they said they were going to be?
12.
It was like 12
rounds.
Right, so bear that in mind.
Yeah. And also, no closed fists or points of the shoe.
Yes.
And
I guess.
You cannot low blow your opponent.
Right, yeah.
And
that's in most sets of wrestling rules.
All right, ring the bell. Yeah, there's nothing about like no thing of 2 pinfalls, submissions, or knockout to win. None of that. And this we'll get to. They even have a thing. You have this fucking mini argument that fucking goes nowhere. Where if you get a public warning, that ends the rounds. Actually, never mind. So, yeah, it just comes up as one of those things where there really isn't a reason for us to be European rules. It doesn't add anything to the match at all.
And they don't have their shit together enough to even do it properly. I think that you could do European rules, but that main event's one of the no-name shows or something. To slap it in the middle of a 4.5 hour show is insane.
Yes.
Because what happens is 3-minute rounds. Is it normally 3 minutes in the joint promotions? Wouldn't it be like 5?
I want to say 5, yeah.
Or it might be interchangeable. But they felt quite short, and it was like a reset every time. So they're just sort of doing like unremarkable chain for like 3 straight rounds. And the only story that they're really telling is that Shelley got away with a punch after the battle for one of the rounds.
Yes.
Nigel got caught doing a punch. Why are they both punching? Can I root for someone?
Yeah. And like
who has virtue?
Bryce Remsburg is the referee here, and that removes 2 stars on top of all of the shit working against this match as well, because like Alex Shelley gets his cheap shot in, and everyone's like, "Oh, Alex Shelley did the cheap shot," and Nigel says he did the cheap shot, and Bryce, he can't fucking believe this notion presented to him. He goes up to Alex Shelley and balls up fist. "You do this?" And then he goes to Nigel. "He do this to you? What? But that illegal. I didn't see it. And I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate his refereeing. And also fucking Eric Cannon is withering on commentary. Like he doesn't even fucking bury Alex Shelley on commentary. Like he said, he doesn't barely say anything. He's just fucking so bored and disinterested, and it's terrible. At least with Allison Danger and Dave Prizak, it could be funny, but he's just so uninteresting as a presence. And also, when round 2 starts, Eric kind of says, "Seconds away, round 2. There are no seconds! They forgot that part of the British wrestling presentation." And so then Nigel gets a public warning, as you alluded to, and they go, "Oh, the yellow card ends the round, so now we're in round 3. There is no bell or break or announcement or anything. We're just in round 3. Okay." And then the ring announcer says it's the end of round 2, so they're wrong. Okay. Dave Prizak
I haven't got a clue what they're doing.
Then Dave Prizak goes, "I'm being summoned to the locker room." Okay.
Yeah, by the toilet. He unfurls the newspaper and just has a nice sit down on that toilet. It's like, thank God.
Eric Cannon is asked about the fans, and he says, "Well, I expected there to be more, but what can you do? Thanks. I hate you." And Eric Cannon is asked, because he was in a European rules match before, how is it to wrestle under European rules? He says, "Well, I was confused by the new batch of rules. Are you fucking stupid?" And then it's just so, it feels really hopeless, because it's just like nothing good can go from here. Like Shelley gets an abdominal stretch and he grabs the ropes, and it's like I can see Bryce Remsburg inched forward so he does not see it, and it's like I thought this was a guaranteed twisty. Not just the spot, but the whole match. But they fucked it up.
Yeah.
And
this is probably the match I was second most looking forward to when I glanced at the card.
Like it is a big blow to the psyche that
it didn't
sucks.
just fall short of my expectations. It tumbled down,
actively bad.
down a cliff of my expectations. Yeah.
And like at each interval, Nigel is like sloshing water out in his mouth and is spitting it out, and I don't see a bucket anywhere. He just fucking spitting on the floor. So anyway, Alex Shelley on round 5 gets a public warning for a closed fist. Oh my god, this will factor into the match that goes on. Oh no, Nigel gets the pin.
And then it's over.
It's over. One fall.
After one fall.
That's right.
You know what you could have had here in Rotten? You could have had a match for one fall. The following is a normal match.
So it goes 4 rounds and then ends like 2 minutes into round 5. So you could have had like a 14-minute match that ends with Nigel McGuinness getting a pin, just like he did the previous night against Ian Rotten in a great match. But instead,
and they wouldn't have kept being interrupted. They wouldn't have like kept feeling like they had to, tie up for the first time again. Like, it's so strange.
Yeah. So Alex Shelley came out here and got buried by Eric Cannon as a jobber who doesn't love the business. And then he loses a match pretty easily. And he says, "Oh, I'm going back to Orlando." So yeah, he comes out of this looking just like shit, really.
Yeah. Complete mess of a World of Sport homage here. Sending Big Daddy to belly bounce these fools. That would be the only thing that could save. Jim, get it.
So yeah, like it's crazy. Like a lot of these shows, I watched it. I was happy. I was with a smile on my face. But like literally from the moment Eric Cannon came out, it was like arms are folded. You know what I'm saying? Arms are folded, and
yeah,
I felt terrible. I felt terrible. And then we got Bradley.
Victim boy, he's back with the boss, the right boss.
Victim boy. So Brad and the Rybos against the wild cards of Eddie Kingston and Jack Marciano for the IWA-MS tag titles. Wild cards won it in a 3-way. Boz and Bradley are like, "Hey, we did not lose. Let's get the titles back now in this tag match." And oh man, how about this match, huh?
Yes, I think this is our first time seeing Jack Marciano. He's got a crazy hairstyle. Anyone who has grown their hair out to be actively long knows about this awkward phase. But to go on camera with it is crazy.
I'm just glad that, it wouldn't be an IWA-MS South show without rolling hard, so I'm glad he made the time to come along.
But yeah, this is a funny jokes match with lots of humorous comedy. Laughs aplenty, I would say.
Joke.
But yeah, it was very strange to me because you think Eddie Kingston, you think his well-established character over the decades, that Yonka's badass.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck. So why does he tag with a guy who screams like a child when he runs into Ryan Boss?
Yeah.
Like there's a bit where Marciano's running around outside the ring, and then Buzz gets off the apron, and he runs into Buzz, and he's like, "Oh!"
Ah! And everyone's like, "Haha, you scream like girl."
It's like, damn, this is not the this is not the vibe I needed after this European rounds match. So, can you tag in by touching a foot? Is that in the rules of wrestling?
I feel like that'd be up to. I mean, if you can slap that back.
Yeah, I guess so. I've just not seen it before.
But still, I understand your sentiment. Fuck this match.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Kingston will be doofed by both Boz and Bradley, and he goes, "Wait!" and it flops down. And like Bradley and Boz, they get a lot of cheap props for old moves. Like Bradley does the Iron Claw, and Dave Patrick is like, "Wow, I have not seen that since Kerry Von Erich." And yeah, like my mood is in the fucking pit at this point. I just crazy. Like I just cannot believe how poorly this show has gone. And then they make a thing of shouting out the cage of dorks, the cage of dildos. So that's nice. B-Boy defeated Chris Hero for the Iron Man title over in CCW. The inmates didn't like it. They rated it poorly. That's nice. They will not acknowledge this further on the show.
Eric Cannon called this match craptacular.
Worst person you know made a great point.
Yes, but he did it in still a really annoying way.
Yeah. Like fucking there's a point where Allison Danger is like talking about stuff and Eric Cannon goes like, "Why is she on commentary? Why are you on commentary, mate? Fuck off!"
Yep. And as I alluded to earlier, Brad Bradley is a victim of bullying, and I now see it in everything that he does. Like, there's a spot where I can't even remember what the spot was, but he did a move and then he stumbled a bit afterwards, and Dave Prazak's like, and he has the coordination of a housefly or some shit like that.
He says he has the coordination of Jay Fury, who fell over.
Oh,
yeah.
The list grows of people who just get sunned backstage.
Yeah.
Boz and Bradley do a move called Death is Welcome. I agree. but here comes Blowjob Whitmer.
Oh, damn it.
For some reason.
No.
Damn, I needed a clean finish to this. I am so worked.
I can't believe it. Ryan Boz, yesterday I was so disgraced at how Ryan Boz was tormenting Jimmy Jacobs and wanted for Jimmy Jacobs to destroy this dishonorable man. And now today I'm like, oh man, my hero Ryboz has been defeated by BJ Whitmer. This is so terrible. I root for Ryboz to beat BJ Whitmer, I guess.
Yeah, so Ian, thank you for booking quite possibly the worst Nigel match and the worst Eddie Kingston match back to back. You are a true king. Nobody can do it like you.
But hey, wait, there's more.
It can't get any worse. At least we can take solace in that. That is the rock bomb as far as the show goes.
That's right. We can hold our heads high and say that we are going to see the final chapter of the most illustrious rivalry we've seen in IWA-MS this year: Delirious versus Jimmy Jacobs.
Yeah, light heavyweight title versus mask. So we already had a fantastic World of Sport match. We had a tag clinic, and now I'm expecting the perfect lucha de apuestas.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
You can get into this match eventually, but I'll be honest, I got entirely distracted looking up song titles by the band Anal Cunt during this match. And I noted down some of my faves. So there's I Noticed That You're Gay. You're a fucking cunt. You've got no friends. You keep a diary. You've got cancer. We just disagree. You have goals. Your kid is deformed. You're old. Brackets. Fuck you. Your best friend is you. Domestic violence is really, really, really funny. And I respect your feelings as a woman and a human.
And you sound like you
And
had
that's
such
what
a...
I was doing instead.
You sound like you had such a much funner time during while this was going on than I did. I'm jealous.
Yeah, but I was still able to get like mad at the match because I looked up, a ref bump had happened, and then a second ref bump immediately happened. I was like, oh man, this is already the worst match I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And even while compiling the song titles, Eric Cannon annoyed me by saying, "What does a lizard's face consist of anyway? You stupid man. You complete oaf."
Take a wild guess, Eric. So, this is an apuestas match. The stakes are high. Mask or title. And so, Bryce Remsburg takes it upon himself to convey this to the audience. Delirious will pull out a spike. And Bryce goes, "No way! Think about this! You want to lose this?" Points to Mask. "No way! Do not do it!" And then Jacobs gets the spike. And then Bryce goes, "No, Jacobs, no! The belt is on the line. No way! Do not hit the spike! No, no, no! Do you want to lose belt? If you do that, you lose belt. No, no, no!" And
At Tony Khan, please fire Bryce Remsburg now, or I refuse to watch Dynamite for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Like it is so like I just like hate it really bad and wish that he would just like not work in this capacity. It's just not working out. But yeah, then like the actual stuff itself, like it's
You would love the Invisible Man versus the Invisible Stan.
I wouldn't whatsoever. Oh, yeah. There's this actual work here between Delirious and Jimmy Jacobs. It just goes on. It's interminable. Like I suppose like technically it's fine, but I just don't care. I don't care at all. And like they've got all these names like, oh, it's he hit the in vitro fertilization, and I don't even know what fucking move that is now as I read the note. And then like, you know what I hate fucking Bryce doing as well is see when someone complains that should have been 3, don't just say no, it was 2. He gets down again and goes, "No, I did this. 1, 2, no. Shut up! Stop it! You're annoying me!"
Fucking preschool referee. Fuck off.
Yeah. And so
I mean, I was probably looking at Anal Kant song titles while that happened, but you describing it to me got me mad.
Oh man. So as you allude to, Bryce is pulled in the way by Delirious and Jacobs murks him accidentally. So Delirious is a heel after having been a babyface yesterday, and so now fucking Bryce Remsburg is out, and he stays out, and everyone's like, "Oh, are you okay? Okay, let's continue the match without fucking moving you." And he's just laying there doing nothing, and he still annoys me because why the fuck are you still here? And then Delirious, while this is happening, grabs a chain and he doofs Jimmy Jacobs with it, and then he stuffs the chain into Jimmy Jacobs' trunks. Why would he do that? We will find out. It's a really evil plot. And then Tommy Thompson runs out. You didn't see that. 1, 2, oh, kick out. And then
Tommy Thompson runs out and he says, I thought a woody cat."
That's a good one. You should time travel back and tell Jim Fannin that so we can see it.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Jacobs has a modified pedigree he uses. It looks like shit. Anyway, at this point, I can see Ian Rotten chilling in the background, just like sitting on a chair, and Danny's probably looking at this, being like, "Wow, this is far enough." And then he goes for the sliced bread. Does Jimmy Jacobs? He calls it the contra code, but oh no, he sent it to Tommy Thompson, another ref bump. And you'd assume to yourself that this is like, oh, okay, so like the second ref will administer a decision, and then the first ref would be like, hey, no, DQ. But actually, Bryce Remsburg just gets up and counts to 3 off of a pin for the contra code. So, okay. And then Delirious, who is now being threatened with the removal of his mask, starts going like and such. And Bryce Remsburg is like, oh, what? A chain and Jimmy Jacobs' tights? Jimmy, come over here. Let me check your tights. What? What is this? A chain? Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Disqualification. And yeah, this is a deeply unsatisfying match. It's not even the end of their feud as well. They bring that up like, oh, this is how it's going to end. This is how they get their last match out. No, they've got 3 more singles matches. We saw one at the Indiana State title tournament. Cage, and then,
cage match was okay.
Yeah, this wasn't. Then Ian comes into the ring, and because the announcement is made, Delirious wins by DQ, and still your champion, Jimmy Jacobs. Then Ian comes in the ring, and he says a line that I should add to the soundboard. He says, "Bryce was wrong." And in fact, because it's title versus mask, since the mask is not being removed, the title is being removed from Jimmy Jacobs' waist. So now Delirious is champion. And
mate, I actually don't give a fuck, Ian. Shut up.
You don't mean that. Come on.
I mean it. It's like half an hour after the match finishes. He's still like booking shit for the next. I don't care. Move on. The show was so long.
Yeah, like it'd be one thing if they could just like, oh yes, you will get cage match for this, but instead they have to be like, all right, guys, do you want to pull out of the Indiana State title tournament so you can do it on this show? And they're both like, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, is that all right with you? Yeah, I like it. Okay, then that'll happen. And then, you know, like even with all this, Ian finishes the promo by going like, okay, let's get the next match going. We've been here for 5 hours. Yeah. So okay, we've seen the worst shit ever. Effectively, Rainman versus B-Boy is here to save us, right?
These guys, I mean, I've seen a bit of B-Boy, and he's usually pretty good. It's like the work isn't even bad anymore. It's just like you get to a point where you just can't really invest in it anymore. Like, I just want Terry now. I want what I got the show for now. No more fucking bullshit. And so they do some stuff that doesn't look too bad. And then Todd Sexton interfering for cheap winning for his NWA Wildside brethren Rainman.
Yes.
But never mind. He doesn't want a cheap win, so it restarts.
Like, literally, when this match first when it first ended, I was like, okay, I feel like shit. I'm going to rate this 1.75 stars on Dropkicked. And that's my rating for when a match isn't actively bad, but it's not crossed the threshold into okay. And that seems fair by me. And then I see Rainman go, no, it ain't going down like that. We start the match. And I immediately went, minus 1.45 star. I couldn't believe this.
But hey, maybe he was right. Maybe this match with B-Boy is so important that they're going to go out and kill it. Double pin. I'm trying, Ian. I'm actively fucking trying to give these clearly okay workers the benefit of the doubt on Dropkicked, and you are ruining with your shit fucking booking that 2 matches in a row that have like 3 fucking swerves in the finish. Like, fuck off.
So, like, the purpose of this match then was like, Rainman is from NWA Wildside. NWA Wildside are heel stable now, so we want Rainman to be babyface, so we have to have this match where he turns against them after they try to help illegally. Why did it need to be here? Why did it need to be on the show? It didn't need to be. You could do that fucking, like, you've got a show like fucking like 5 days later. Do it there. Do it there. Instead of having this fucking shit where there's this fucking 5-hour show and you've already got this. They've already had like 9 matches. Who needed this? Nobody needed this, Ian. Nobody at all. And it's a disservice to these 2 guys who, as you see, fine, you know. And under better circumstances, probably would have thought this is it's fine. But instead, they go for a false finish. They go for a double pin. And at this point, I'm like actively dreading, like, oh no, they're gonna restart it again.
They should have. They should have, just to make me feel more pain.
Wildside Goon comes back in and beats up Rainman, but then B-Boy beat them up. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And now it's time for Terry Funk. Yay.
Yay.
Our crib is present.
After that miserable last 2 hours or so, did you find yourself getting pickier about this booking? Like, the first time I read it, I was just, like, wow, Terry Funk in the earworms, that's so awesome. But now I'm like, I don't want a 6-man tag. Get Danny Daniels the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like, this could have like, they got it right with Dusty. They had a 2-on-2 with Dusty. What?
Yeah, 2-on-2 is good. Well, I mean, Terry looks in decent enough shape, and he's working hard enough within this match. They could have just done like Terry versus Candido.
Yes.
Or even Terry versus Ian. I deserve that. That is what I deserve.
Yeah. I mean, like, the way they built up this match over the course of these 4 shows, where, like, Jim Fan is like, I gotta make sure they're ready for the 6-man tag and all this and that. Like, it's just not supported by the cast, because, like, it's Funk, Rotten, Danny Daniels versus Chris Candido, Steve Stone, Peter Whitmer, and it's like there's only 3 guys who really should be in this spot, and the rest of them are kind of just there.
Yeah. I don't know about Steve Stone. I've only seen him in this Funk match and the Dusty match. I can't really judge that guy fairly, but yeah, definitely Danny Daniels is fucking out of place here.
Yeah, not only out of place in here, but out of place as a babyface. Like, this guy should not be on the side of good.
Yeah, he seems like a fan and stooge all day.
Yeah, absolutely. And Eddie Kingston is back on commentary. And I think to myself, oh, okay, we're pulling it together. And then, Bryce Remberg is the referee. Okay, it might be over. And Jim Fannin comes out and he calls out Ed Truman. He says, "Pack up your bullshit t-shirts. You stick your nose in my business. You give me the money. That means I don't own IWA-MS. I will kill you." And then here comes Terry Funk and co to ZZ Top. Great to hear ZZ Top do some John Lee Hooker type how. That kind of got me back into it during that. And at this point, commentary like Dave Prazak has just kind of like abandoned his professional responsibilities because like he's just going like, "Brrr, Terry Funk, get me in the ring with E Mountain." It's a bit much.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose after 5 hours doing this fucking show, if it was me, I'd probably start doing the Rey Mysterio voice. I'd be like, "Oh, Terry Funk."
Well, see, Dave Prazak is...
Terry Funk is pounding on Chris Candido right now. And Chris Candido's like, "Oh no."
Hello, for the famous chef. It's the best promotion ever. Man, like BJ Whitmer starts with Daddy Daniels, and you know, like as soon as the bell rang, everyone's like, "Oh shit, Daddy Daniels and BJ Whitmer, yes!" But BJ Whitmer, because he's a heel, he tags it immediately to Chris Candido. And Danny Daniels, because the heel tag was Terry Funk, and we're like, "Boo, we don't want this pairing." And so Funk and Candido get into it. They're electric together. They know each other well. Terry has Candido in the corner. Bryce gives Terry a 5 count, and Terry pushes him, tells him to fuck off. Yes. Oh, I'm so back into it. And there's great stuff where like Funk will give Candido a slap, and then Candido will try to give him one back. He gets blocked, slapped again, and soon it breaks down into like just like they do this a couple times, but just juke it out together, like slapping and punching, and it's just beautiful, really beautiful. And then they go over to almost out of the venue. Candido pulls out a wheelie bin, and then Terry shoves him in there and rips his tights, and then throws the bin over. Water bottles and cans are everywhere, and the whole time everyone else has been fighting. Well, I don't care. I'm glad it just stayed on this. This is the interesting thing. And we get back in. Funk is now bleeding. Candido works over the cut, bites it, headbutts it, and Steve Stone is teeing off on Terry. But Terry has a great thing of like, you know, when you're facing peril and you just kind of like you eat a punch, or you just kind of like move forward. It's like you're blocking the punches with your face onward to getting a tag. And then he low blows Steve Stone, kicks him in the dick. And then soon after a bunch more torture, Ian with the hot tag. And you know, we've already seen that Ian has a bad leg and a bad shoulder, but as it turns out, he has been accosted by a spider.
Yes, the brown recluse spider bite.
A spider bit him, and he went, "Owie! I must go get surgery now." So he got mad infected by the brown recluse.
Yeah, I don't know when this would have been, because in the prior shows, it's not brought up at all. And these shows only span from like the 8th to the 12th or the 13th.
And you would surely think that a spider bite.
Yeah, did he get
surgery?
did he get did he get bitten by the spider after Angels, Monsters, and Toys? Was it literally last night?
Yeah, and then like you get like a surgery where like they fucking suck the venom out of you, and when we see the wound, it's like this huge ass fucking like scab. Like, what are you doing here, Ian? Go to bed. I don't know, but that's the thing they're working over. Oh, fucking spider bite. Oh, owie still. He's got a hole in his chest. Fuck. And Ian is now bleeding as well. Pretty good colour as always. And then Steve Stone, he's stompy on the spider bite. And Ian is like, hey, don't do that, I'll kick you in the dick. And then, tag to Danny Daniels now.
Danny Daniels, hold tag! Danny Daniels, House of Fire! Danny Daniels!
To say that like JR does Stone Cold. Danny Daniels! Danny Daniels! So, in the IWA-MS, they have this fucking epidemic of like these fucking The Miz ass 2-part neckbreaker moves that I've really come to not like. Just like the whole idea of like, I get my neckbreaker, I kneel down, and he like doofs on my knee, and then I do something else. Fuck that. And Danny Daniels does it too. Fuck that. It looks bad. And then he does Tombstone to BT Whitmer. That looks funny as fuck. Looks shit. Danny Daniels, it looks shit. You're shit. And then superplexes Chris Candido for 2. And then he dives onto all 3 opponents on the outside. And then Funk has Steve Stone. He whips him into the wall. And then whips him over the bleachers. And then throws a bin on him. Good stuff. Then it's great fun to be cutting between like Terry Funk doing this, and then there's just some normal ass wrestling action going on, and it cuts back, and Terry Funk is just like walking about.
Yeah, there's nobody quite like Terry outside of the ring. He's doing all that shit. He's hurling bins around, and like he gets choked out with the bin bag for a bit by Candido. But then he gets control of the bin bag full of cans and just whacks Candido.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, it's like
and then meanwhile you get to see Ian doing like a wonky table spot.
This is you're on top of a table. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really perfect combo because like Terry Funk has just like this wonderful spontaneity and charisma that just like it makes you pay attention to everything he does. And Chris Candido is so great at feeding into like babyface offense that they really are made for each other. It's such a wonderful marriage to see.
Yeah, I'm really glad that it feels like the match is quite disjointed in many ways, but like what they definitely got right is the vast majority of Terry Funk's action being with Candido.
Yeah.
And also, like, just keeping that camera on Terry Funk when he's doing any kind of violence.
Yes.
It would annoy me if it was, like, cutting to whatever Danny Daniels is doing with Steve Stone.
Make Robles, may not be one of the greatest mates of our generation, but he knows the fucking show is titled Merry Funkin' Christmas. Put that camera on Terry Funk.
Anyway, join us next year for a Merry Daniels in Christmas.
No!
And that will be 8 hours.
Main Man versus my boy. 120-minute Iron Man match.
And then it has a screwy finish. He's like, "Oh no, we ain't doing it like that. Restart the clock." The scary thing is, I wouldn't put it past Ian.
Yeah, like literally just to do it, because that's what it feels like. Like You know, I remember you mentioned to me that like the span that we chose, we just narrowly missed a real long ass Chris Hero match, and then I remember looking up.
The show is titled 5904
It's
because it was 59 minutes and 4 seconds.
And like literally at that point, it's like, what were we doing this for? Like, oh, we do long match. Yeah, we sure did. Is it good?
They already had the 90-minute one at the start of 2003.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh my god, 59 minutes, can you believe it? I can, but I don't want to.
I don't want to. But Ian, who is the best booker ever, he did the unprettier onto the table, and it didn't really break that much, so he DDTs BJ Whitmer onto the table, and Eddie Kingston, he must see like Ian's head just disappear beneath the ring. He just goes like, Ian, I have no idea what happened. So, good stuff. And then Candido starts pile driving Funk a whole lot. And like there's a point where he grabs Funk on the outside and you just hear him go like, fuck you, and pile drives him. And then he hits another pile driver as Jim Fannin sets up a table in the ring. And he goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, he lifts up the head because he wanted to work him with table. We want the table. And then very well done spot because like he gets Terry on there. He goes up top. You see Terry kind of like kick his way up, and then he does, so that he moves out the way of the butt buster that Chris Candido was doing. And then Chris Candido, whose tights are already ripped, he bumps his butt on the table and he goes, owie, my bum. And then Terry Funk DDTs him on table and wins the match. Yes!
Yay!
Fucking! But then, oh no, Jim Fannin, the terrorist, kills everyone. Oh.
He tries to throw salt into the brown recluse spider bite.
And True Man help.
But wait, it's Brad Bradley and Boz.
Oh, thank God! Thank God! That's what Don wished to say if he was here. And
the Ryboz to the rescue.
Ryboz is here, and Terry, once he's freed, he holds his trash bag, and then he points to Danny Daniels and says, "You guys don't touch him. You've heard him enough." And then Ian gets the mic, and he cuts a very confused promo where he says, "You know, Terry Funk once told me, if you want to be a professional ballerina, get yourself a tutu. If you want to be a pro wrestler, make sure you got a set of balls." And then people go. And then he says, he basically says, no matter how much toxins I put in my body, or how many times I get hit in the head, I will never forget.
He actually says, no matter how many times I get hit in the head. That's the perfect sentence to watch your line.
Yeah, but he will never forget the Terry Funk versus Sabu feuds, where Terry Funk said that, when I see Sabu, I see in his eyes that he is an animal and he should die, and I will never forget that. Thank you, Terry. And then he says,
so that when he said about the toxins in his body, it's like, what, like spiders and that?
Yeah, it was a weekend habit that gone wrong.
Yeah, maybe the spider was recreational drug use attempt.
Oh, bro, what if I was like fucking like he just like was fucking doing like ketamine and was like, oh bro, you wouldn't believe it, a big spider came. Oh man, so Sabu is at this time he is dealing with illness and injury, so Ian Rotten says to the crowd, whether you love him or hate him, if you believe in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and you hit your knees every night, say a prayer. And then he talks to the camera, right at Sabu, and he says, "Don't worry, Sabu, I will have money soon."
No, you won't.
No, you've literally made that the top storyline that you don't have money. And so he addresses the fan and family. He says, I don't begrudge you for hurting me in my injured parts, but putting salt in my spider wound, I will now kill you in cage match. And then, once I'm done with you, Gabe Sapolsky and that fucking Money Mark Ring of Honor will not want to book you. So, oh man. At this point, it's like a big spirited Ian promo, and the match was pretty good despite being disjointed, as you say. Okay, this is a nice feeling. And Ed Truman comes out, and then he gets the mic and he says, "Congratulations on the big win. Where's my money?" And Ian goes, "What do you mean?" And Ed Truman is like, "Pay me my money back." And yeah, he basically threatens to make this NWA Midwest presents NWA Midwest because IWA will be dead. And so he leaves, and then Ian leaves as well. And so yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. And then Terry Funk gets the mic. He says, I'm going to tell you one thing. Thank you, fans. Bye.
Yeah, I did note how he was, both at the start and the end, he didn't have that much mic time.
Yeah, and he also
You'd
seems...
think he'd have a little bit more to say.
He also seems entirely disinterested in the storylines.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was quite something. And yeah, he gets a hug from Danny Daniels. Thank you, fans. 3 square meals a day. That's what I get because of the wrestling. And yep, that's that. The credits roll on Smart Mark Video for Merry Funkin' Christmas. And I don't feel merry now. I'm cancelling Christmas.
Yeah, I'm saying happy holidays, motherfuckers.
I have rejected Jesus Christ from my heart. Thanks to you.
Oh, Jesus, fuck off. But yeah, I mean, we've seen enough IWA-MS in the last few months to very much have it hammered home to us. It's the lucky dip promotion. Mm-hmm. You could get the best match ever, and you could get the worst match ever, and they'll probably be back to back.
Yeah.
And we've also seen a few examples recently of IWA-MS that clearly doesn't have enough good material to fill a 4+ hour show, but they insist on trying anyway.
Yeah.
But this is probably the most egregious example yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it drives home as well that like there's not really such a thing as like a sure thing in IWA-MS. Like you'd think like, okay, good, this guy is wrestling, going to be good. Nope, it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed at all. And I guess that's a beautiful thing about just like putting on a random show is like something can surprise you like that. But again, on the flip side, like why was Nigel McGuinness versus Alex Shelley terrible? There's no reason for it. There's just ways this could have been avoided, and it's sad.
Overall on this one, I enjoyed the main. I enjoyed the first few matches, but everything else in between. Oof! Oh, that was a long stretch. I was braced for some lulls and some. But I was caught off guard by the matches that sounded good, just not being good.
Oh yeah. Like it's just not on. It's just not on at all. especially after having enjoyed it by and large the other shows, like this one, like the actual one we were doing, and thus had to take copious notes on being bad. Oh, it's not ideal at all.
Yeah. But that's what we think!
Oh man, what did the grapplometer think about Merry fucking Christmas? Well,
Machine, get over here.
Fuck.
Oh, and so let me just grab this out of the grapplometer's gaping hole here. Oh my god. They rated this a 10.
Man, I need to work on that fucking grapplometer. That's bullshit.
This is like when Elon Musk sees his AI saying something woke and he's like, I gotta rework Grok. Oh goodness. So yeah, a perfect 10 out of 1,000 from Grapplometer. and that's your Christmas over. I hope that you enjoyed your Christmas and that you had a nice feast.
Well, I don't.
We have not had a nice feast here with the Grapply.
Yes, of course, we watched this on Christmas Day.
Yep. Pulled away.
We were like, sorry, family. I am not engaging.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's ruined. It's ruined now.
So engaging with our friends or family because this was important to us. Okay? And it fucked up. So there we go. Our lives are fucked up. You happy?
I just want it back the way it was before.
Well, it's gone. And it's not coming back, and we just have to deal with that.
Yeah, is this the show where like we were caught most off guard, like expecting a good show and it just wasn't?
I think
Could be.
You know what it is? I think it's that like because obviously there's bad stuff beforehand, but just like that blow of the European rules match, and then like nothing until the main was the thing where you could think like, oh okay, at least this will be good. It's like none of it sounded good, none of it was good until the main, and yeah, it was a horrific feeling. But yes, IWA-MS, we love you, but we don't feel like saying it right now.
Yes. I'm not mad, Ian, I'm just disappointed.
Exactly. So now, Christmas is over. We look forward to 2026. A big year, it'll be certain for OGP. And
yeah.
It's your
we're
round.
Gonna do OGP 26.
Whoa, that's right.
And I'm about to send you an MP3 that will clue you in as to what the next show entails.
Oh.
If you would like to play that for the listeners.
I will play this for the listeners right now.
Well, I bet you thought the drop was coming there. It's not.
Bro, give you a little twisty. 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 Bro,
Wow.
Yeah, that was Footwork Roy Knight remix. My attempt at that, and the reason I did that at like 2 a.m. I created a private voice channel in the server and recorded myself on what do you call it, OBS.
Wow.
Is because we are fighting with our families with
What?
the film Fighting with My Family.
Oh,
But
fuck.
also 3 matches from those beloved family members. You got Ricky, the 2-teeth wonder. You got Soraya, the mum that ran away for a few years but then came back. You got Roy, who will give you a little twisting. You've got Zach, who I don't know that much about him, but he has a piercing in his lip.
Oh,
You've got Paige here.
Paige here.
And you've got Ricky Jr., who's, mate, he's proper killing it on the Brit Rest right now. And, of course, last but not least, you've got The Rock Knight, as seen in the film. If you look at the poster of the movie, he is standing with the family. You have to assume he is a member of that family. So we will also watch 3 matches from The Rock. It's gonna be a hell of a project.
Dwayne The Rock Knight.
Yes.
Wow, that is incredible. I mean, the footwork I've been putting off. I attempted it myself, and you nailed it in one go. I'm very glad. It's wonderful.
Yeah. At first, I wanted to try like take an instrumental and like chop up the vocal samples like manually, but that fucking seemed impossible to me. So
yeah,
I just did it freestyle like that.
Yeah, and it worked out great. As we had been thinking about this night compilation, and you've turned it on its head. I never would have thought to put as the centerpiece Fighting with My Family, but you did it, and now we got to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, never seen that movie before, so
Wow.
it'd be interesting to see.
Vince Vaughn.
I'm sure it's just like in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn, Stephen Merchant, director. Nick Frost.
Man, Nicholas Frost.
They're all going to
Holy
give you a
shit.
little twist. I hope that line is in the film. If not, no, 1 star.
Yeah, I mean, like, I literally just got over my propensity to refer to Dropkick as Letterboxd, and now you're sending me to Letterboxd. So, yeah, we'll see how this works out. But my God, the Knights, the Knight family, the dynasty of Brit Wres in modern times, you will see them on the silver screen and in the small screen of YouTube videos that we find of our matches. Wow. So now, it's customary after Christmas dinner, all done. You're looking forward to the new year and all that it will bring. You treat yourself to a nice loaf of bread.
I'm a man who don't complain about the weather or the rain. I find it makes no difference anyway. Now I have but one regret that I haven't mentioned yet. It's all about the bread we get today. I can get myself a nice lobster or a nice broad apron crab. When I'm a little bit hungry, a nice little herring I've had. I can get myself a nice mushroom to go along with eggs in bed. I can get myself a nice mother, but I can't get a nice loaf of bread. No more you can.